$600, you get to count towards our rolling total of jackpots, and we get to highlight you the entire next day. Just yesterday, we only had one jackpot winner, but that's all right. They took home a huge jackpot. We still have 40 different jackpots that went out over the last 7 days, making 116 total jackpots for the season 13 so far.
Yeah, definitely absolutely awesome stuff. And the one jackpot that went out yesterday went out to Gust Me over at Red Goat, taking home $5,371. Definitely a nice prize to go out on that Wednesday. I mean, $5,000. Really, really great stuff. Hopefully you were super excited when you took that one home, Gust Me. As we are now working on this one, we got 10 GA, 8 balls away now, trying to take home maybe one of these jackpots or just a great must-go prize of $82.70.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We get the double must-go opportunity in this first game since you gave out the minor jackpot on your final round last night.
Yes, it was a lot of
fun.
So
that's some awesome stuff to get this lunchtime show kicked off and started right. $82 potentially going out to you guys if you can't take home one of our other 3 prizes. But if you guys want to check out some of the other chances to take home prizes we have here at Pilot Games, a great thing for you guys to check out are the e-tabs we offer here. Just last week, we released our latest one of 2023, and it is called Lucky Star. If you win big in the Wild Star bonus, you'll take home some huge prizes, and I can't wait to hear your guys' feedback. So go check this out and let us know what you think.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely some really, really great stuff. It's exactly 1 week old now, Lucky Star is, as it was released just last Thursday. Really, really cool stuff. And leave us a little review on that game on our Facebook page. We love getting player feedback on those games, and you guys can find our Facebook page by just searching up Pilot Games. You can then find weekly bingo schedules, event details and reminders, big progressives, player pictures, and so much more. You can also find the website link at the top of our Facebook page, which has links to bar locations, our socials, and more there as well.
We have 10GA as well as DMAR. DMAR playing at Flamers and 10GA at Main Street Pub. They are both splitting up that must-go prize, $82.70, getting split between you both. Nicely done in this round number 1. We're about to begin enrolled in our second round of Game Day Bingo with that minor prize clicking up to 54 balls or less. So make sure you guys are grabbing those iPads and getting enrolled.
Oh yeah, it should be some real great stuff as you guys are getting enrolled into this upcoming game, as we'll be playing these games all the way till 1 p.m. That's where we'll leave off and get into some Lucky 4 Bingo at 1 p.m. That'll be unhosted Lucky 4 Bingo. That leads you to some unhosted Game Day Bingo running from 1 all the way till 4. That leads you into happy hour, which should be a really, really great time.
Oh, absolutely, because if that prize of Lucky 4 Bingo that's over $75,000 does not go out at 1, you guys will get that other opportunity at 4 p.m. to kick off our happy hour show, where Ian and I are going to be back live with you guys for the next 2 hours, and we're going to be playing Skull Bingo today during our happy hour show. That's right, we have a brand new fun happy hour schedule. We still have those 2 games of Lucky 4, just bracketed, now Skull Bingo. It's going to be a lot of fun, and during that time, we already are starting off with that Skull Bingo line prize at $196 that you can take home in 10 balls or less, a large stream at $2,937 at 43 balls or less, and not to mention that coverall jackpot, $22,325. You guys can take that home in 50 balls or less.
Yeah, all should be some really, really fun stuff in that happy hour bingo, running from 4 all the way till 6, ending off with a final game of Lucky 4 Bingo at 6 p.m. That'll lead you into some more Game Day Bingo running from 6 all the way till 10 p.m. Should be some great stuff, as that mega, major, and minor prize will have grown all day long, and we'll see what those prizes are sitting at by the time you get to that 6 to 10 opportunity. But the last few days, we've been interrupting those 6 to 10 opportunities of bingo with some PGL specialty night action, some of our favorite bingo of the entire week. And those 2 specialty nights are MegaSota Game Night, starts at 6:40 every single Tuesday, and Wild Wednesday goes from 7 to 9 every single Wednesday. You can take home a bunch of PGL points on those games and some really, really nice prizes as well. The MegaSota Game Night Grand Finale is a little jackpot jungle action where $7,166 will be available and only added on to as you guys get enrolled, and you can take that home in 54 balls or less. There's also the Wild Wednesday Grand Finale, and that's just some more Game Day Bingo action, which is always a lot of fun as well.
Oh, absolutely. Make sure you guys are coming out for both of our specialty nights, and make sure you guys are signed up at pgl.world so you can earn those PGL points that happen on those nights for Season 13. We are officially enrolled in this game number 2 with that minor prize closing in on $30 at 40 or 54 balls or less for you guys. We'll have to see which one of you lucky players are going to be potentially taking home one of these awesome prizes. But we do have some national days to talk about with you guys as you start playing. And our first one is National Green Juice Day. As the holidays may be over, but the New Year's celebration and commitments to our resolutions continue with National Green Juice Day on January 26th. Every year, the celebration encourages people to stick to their health and wellness resolutions by drinking some green juice.
Yeah, definitely some really, really cool stuff there. There are a lot of health benefits to drinking green juice, as some of those are improved gut health. Digestion is absolutely a huge one when it comes to health and can really change how you feel throughout the entirety of the day.
Oh, absolutely.
Reducing inflammation.
That's a huge
there's
one.
so many different things that are inflammatory and how inflammation can really affect your health, and either it's just making you feel bad about yourself because you're feeling bloated and inflamed all the time, or you're just having to deal with just regular inflammation and you want to clear that out as well. It's definitely a good way to do that. It can strengthen your immune system as well, which is another huge addition. Hydrate your skin and even boost your inner energy levels.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There are so many benefits to green juice. I personally am a huge fan of it. Not a lot of people like the taste of green juice, but I think you just have to make it the right way.
Okay.
And you still get all the health benefits, but you can still add like oranges or pineapple or something to make it taste good as well.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people miss that step.
Yeah, I'm a big, when it comes to healthy drinks, I just like down it like in one drink. Like I just don't want to deal with it. That's what I do with
I enjoy drinking them. Like I'm a kombucha drinker. I drink pressed juice. Like I am a big fan of it, even just for like
Oh yeah, pressed juice. I mean, I love pressed juice. I mean, that's easy. Like that, it tastes nothing like green juice. But like whenever I have like my protein shakes or anything like that, I just chug it down because I'm like, I get sick of the protein shakes after drinking them for so long. We do have a winner though, as Nate85 over at Miniger's Sports Hub is taking home a nice Musco prize of $9.20. Good job, Nate85. In this game number 2 of Game Day Bingo, we'll now be getting rolled into a game number 3 with that minor prize, clicking up from 54 to 56 balls or less.
Absolutely. So are you a fan of green juice or just the benefits it provides?
Just the benefits it provides, but that means I like it because I like, as long as I don't have like a gagging reflex to the food, usually I enjoy it because I'm like, okay, well, at least I can tolerate it. I can tolerate it. If I can tolerate it, then I'll just down it, and it's really good for me. So I definitely like a bit of green juice. I've never had a consistent diet of green juice though. That's been something that I've never done, like in every morning when I wake up, like have some green juice in the morning before I head out to work. Like I feel like that'd be a great habit to get into.
Absolutely. And, with a shot of apple cider vinegar. Yeah,
it would completely change my digestion health as well, as I definitely don't do my gut any kind of services. Well, happy National Green Juice Day. Next up on our national day list is actually an international day, as every year on January 26th, International Customs Day recognizes the role of custom officials and agencies in maintaining the flow of goods across the world's borders. On this day, members of the World Customs Organization, the WCO, also showcases their efforts and activities.
I'm literally learning about this in my business law and ethics class right now.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I personally don't remember a lot of learning these processes. In high school and that sort, and just learning about our governments, like, and how they work, and especially on the international scale of interacting with other world governments. And so it's really, really interesting to me now learning about it again, when I can actually like comprehend and like have an understanding of like what's going on in our world today.
Yes, absolutely. It's a very, very cool way. And there's a lot, I mean, it's a big responsibility to control the goods that come across borders and everything like that. There's so much that is imported in to the U.S. as well as exported out, and so it's just a very, very interesting and hard job to be able to like maintain a good flow of all those goods across the borders.
And it's so interesting learning all the different dynamics within different societies and nations, essentially, because everyone has different customs that they have to go through, and their customs are set like law. And so it's just super interesting to see that, like, something that's like it can be considered widespread and widely accepted, and because of just those like two criterias, it's treated as law.
Oh, wow. Definitely some
that
interesting
cool?
stuff. Yeah. Well, happy International Customs Day, celebrating the World Customs Organization, I guess. Next up is National Spouses Day. National Spouses Day on January 26th each year celebrates the bond between two people and that sets aside time for couples to show each other gratitude.
This is definitely an awesome national day, especially when you're getting swept up in all the chaos of starting the new year off and all the craziness that life can throw at you. Just taking that second to kind of appreciate your partner for all the madness. It's definitely a nice day to kind of get some perspective.
Oh, yeah, and it's one of those things that you're with that person all the time. You can affect their mental health more than anybody else, and giving a little bit of gratitude, showing up, showing them that even though that may be something that they do every single day and you do your own stuff to help out with the house or with just the relationship, showing that appreciation during those times, whether it's expected or unexpected, is always really, really huge. It's huge when you give gratitude to the expected things, because that's when it gets, because that can get just where you'll forget that that's actually something that you take for granted in your life, and you just want to thank them every once in a while about it.
Absolutely.
So happy National Spouses Day, celebrating the bond between two people, and hopefully you could show a little bit of gratitude to each other on this great national day.
Absolutely. Maybe take your spouse out to a local bar or restaurant where you can play pilot games and have date night.
Yeah.
Win big, impress your spouse.
Exactly. That feels like the best idea to celebrate this day. We have moved past all of our jackpots and now working on a $12.10 must-go prize. Phil, 2 balls away. Maybe Dr. Phil out there. Two balls away now for a bunch of more players. Should be some great stuff as we continue talking about this day list.
Absolutely. Before we get into our next one, we have a winner as Lucky Tim at American Legion Shakopee is taking home that must-go prize, $12.10 going out to you in this round number 3. Nicely done taking home that prize. We're about to be enrolled in a round number 4 where that minor prize is clicking up to 58 balls or less. So make sure you guys are getting enrolled and getting ready because we're jumping into our next national day. It happens to be Australia Day. And each year on January 26th, Australians celebrate the day their country was founded as a British colony in 1788. On this day, the first governor of New South Wales arrived at the Sydney Cove and raised the first ever Union Jack flag.
Wow, that is crazy. Super, super cool stuff. If you visit one new beach in Australia every day, it would take you over 27 years to see them all.
Sounds like my kind of place.
Yeah, just beaches on beaches. Each year, Brisbane hosts the World Championships of cockroach racing.
Like the bug?
Yeah, the bug, cockroach racing.
That's fun.
Yeah, I think that's very, very unique.
That is super unique. And I mean, out of all the bugs they have in Australia, they raise cockroaches?
I guess that's the one they chose to do.
They have so many interesting ones. I feel like they could have done better.
Maybe it's the only one that can be tamed. Australia is the only continent in the world without an active volcano.
Really?
Yes. Fun little fact there.
Interesting. Very cool stuff.
Also, Australia has 3 times more sheep than people.
I love that.
The sheep could take over at any point. And last little fun fact is the largest Greek population in the world besides Athens in Greece can be found in Melbourne, Victoria.
Really?
Yeah.
Very cool stuff. Yeah, Australia has always been somewhere I would like to visit.
Yeah, it's definitely on the bucket list of places I would be super ecstatic to see.
I watched this show growing up that was a dance academy in Australia, and it was like a boarding school that they went to in Australia for dancing, and I just wanted to go so badly when I was a young kid. I was like, this is my dream.
That's so funny. I don't even know if Kangaroo Jack was placed in Australia, but that is what made me want to go to Australia originally as a kid.
I love Kangaroo Jack.
Just
that
because
was a favorite
I
childhood
loved
movie.
kangaroos. Like, I thought they were so cool.
I was scared of kangaroos.
I thought they were just the coolest thing ever. And Kangaroo Jack was super funny. And so then when watching that, I was like, ooh, I want to go see some.
We got Ben checking in. I'm not really sure what he's saying. It's too small for me to read, but maybe you can enlighten us. But yeah, Australia is super, super interesting. I just saw they were having some crazy weather lately, and it drove a lot of the mosquitoes inland. And apparently their mosquitoes they have in Australia are smarter than the ones we have here in the United States, and they actually have like a refined taste. Like they'll seek out people that they will satisfy their taste of what they want, and they'll seek them out and stay around to find like-bodied people to feed from. I was telling you about those crazy intelligent mosquitoes
Yes.
in Australia.
Yeah, super crazy stuff. Well, happy Australia Day. Final national day on our list, though, as you guys are getting about halfway through this game of Game Day Bingo. It's National Peanut Brittle Day. National Peanut Brittle Day on January 26th recognizes a hard, flat candy confection enjoyed worldwide. The candy's buttery, nutty texture makes for a delicious treat and can be made at home.
Absolutely. I was never able to eat peanut brittle when I was growing up because I had braces for like the majority of my life.
Oh, okay.
So unfortunately, I missed out on the peanut brittle.
Have you never tried peanut brittle?
I don't necessarily remember.
Okay. So it would be a new thing if you've never tried it, but definitely a cool one. I have a kind of middle ground of peanut brittle, which is really funny because I love peanut butter. I love peanuts. I think they're super tasty. But peanut brittle, it's kind of just in the middle ground for me.
It's like way different than.
It's also just like the fact that it's like a sweet, and I'm like I enjoy just like having a scoop of peanut butter more than I enjoy having this peanut brittle.
Well,
like
isn't peanut brittle more like a toffee?
Yes.
Like it's more caramely than it is peanut butter?
I don't know with the taste. I haven't had it in a while.
That's what I always it just like what it looks like is hardened like toffee. We do have some winners as Papa Joe at Lyle Liquor and Lucky Tim at American Legion Shakopee are both splitting up that must-go prize, $17.90 on this round number 5, getting split up between both of you lucky players.
Yeah, it's kind of
right. No, game number 4. We're about to be enrolled into game number 5 next, so make sure you guys are getting ready to get enrolled because that minor prize is clicking up to 60 balls or less.
Definitely some exciting stuff. Yeah, it says that it is kind of a buttery, a milk solid with pieces of nuts kind of flavoring deal with peanut brittle. Well, happy National Peanut Brittle. Enjoy on today. You guys do have just 2 minutes to get enrolled in this game number 5. And we got $94 available on that minor prize you can take home in 60 balls or less. Definitely some great stuff here as we're going to get into a little bit of Twins news. As the Twins, the question is, could the Twins still swing a deal for an ace? The two names mentioned the most frequently are Arizona Diamondbacks' Zach Gallen and Milwaukee Brewers' Corbin Burnes. Gallen is under team control through 2025, while Burnes is under team control through 2024. I think this is a great option for us. I think getting a bona fide ace for this pitching room would absolutely be huge for this team, as we have one of the deepest pitching rooms in the entire MLB, but no bona fide ace for that pitching room. And I think if we could get like a Zach Gallen or a Corbin Burnes, I think that would make us go from, I think, the deepest but one of the, most mediocre pitching rooms to having one of the best pitching rooms in all of MLB.
Absolutely. Well, we'll keep you updated. Do you think that they are going to be leaning one way or the other?
I have no idea where they would be leaning on that one. Probably would hope to have more control and have them under team control through 2025. So I would say I would love to see them trade for Zach Gallen out of the Diamondbacks. But I would need to do a little bit more of looking at what these players have done throughout their careers, and especially what they did last season.
All right. Well, we'll keep you updated on everything happening with the Twins in their offseason. And in the meantime, if you want to show your support for them, we have an awesome E-Tab game that we teamed up with them for that you guys can play anytime called Twins Win. If you can head on over and play that home run derby bonus round, if you pick a lucky batter, you'll end up winning some Grand Slam prizes. Make sure you guys go check that out and show your support. But right now, you guys are playing this Game Day Bingo. And each time you guys are playing Game Day Bingo, not only are you taking home awesome prizes, but you're taking home points towards our Game Day Bingo standings. And we got some crazy ties on ties happening here.
Oh, yeah. In 10th place, we actually have a three-way tie between previously unranked DGG over at Sherwood Lounge and KRC over at Chanticleer Pizza Maple Grove, tying it up with the already in 10th place Bobo at Corner Bar Goodhue, all with 13,000 points. With 14,000 points, a two-way tie in 8th place, we got Lucky over at Classic Bowl and Rock's Gym over at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards. 7th place is Tanya over at Plum's Neighborhood Bar and Eatery with 15,000 points. With 16,000 points, it's another two-way tie in 5th place between Bucko over at Green Lantern and Brother Nate over at the Chart House. 4th place is Funk over at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards with 18,000 points. Also at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards, landing them in 3rd place, we got Jim Rocks over at with 19,000 points. With 23,000 points in 2nd place, we got 1308 over at Red Fox Tavern. And in 1st place, it's Bull over at Corner Bar Goodhue with 26,000 points in these game day bingo games.
Absolutely. Nicely done to the entirety of our top 10 players. We also have a location standings that compete against each other day in and out for these game day bingo points. And in 10th place, we have another three-way tie. It starts off between the Green Lantern, Johann Sports Bar 2, and the Lincoln Depot. All three locations have 21,000 points. Then in 9th place, it's Shady's Railside. They sit with 22,000. Then in 8th, we got the Classic Bowl with 23. Then in 4th place, we got American Legion Fridley with 24,000. But with 26,000 in 6th place, it's a Red Fox Tavern. While in 5th place, we have VFW Spring Lake Park with 32,000 points. With 35,000 in 4th place, we have the Chart House. While in 3rd place, it's Outtakes, who currently sits with 37,000. With 42,000 in 2nd place, it's Corner Bar of Goodhue. And in first, lead in the pack in a league of their own, it's Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards with 77,000 points.
Good job to all those players and locations killing it so far in this season. But if you're not here playing live bingo, make sure you're checking out the E-Tabs. Right now we're listening to a little bit of Honky Tonk Heroes, a fun little Western bar-themed E-Tab game. But if that's not your game you'd like to play, there's a bunch of different options for you. Before I get into that, we do have a winner here.
That's right. Ethel is playing over at the Lookout Bar and Grill in Maple Grove, and she's taking home a must-go prize of $30.60. Nicely done in this round number 5. We're about to begin rolled in a round number 6. That minor is just going to continue to grow as it's clicking up to 62 balls or less.
Yeah, it should be some great stuff. But Pilot Games has over 70 different shareable E-Tab games. Play anytime and win huge prize up to $1,500. All games have small bets between 50 cents and $5 with awesome bonus and free play rounds in those games. You'll definitely want to check them out. So head on over to the iPads and play some E-Tabs.
Oh, absolutely. They're a lot of fun. I guarantee you'll find one you like. We would love to hear about all your favorite E-Tab games that you guys have to play since we have such a wide variety of different themes. What would you say is your favorite E-Tab game at this very moment?
Ooh, I'm going to go with American Heroes.
All right.
Yeah, that's going to be my favorite. It's our superhero-themed one. It's definitely some fun stuff there.
Oh, yeah. Even features Underdog.
Yeah, damn. Exactly.
It's a great one. I'd have to say my favorite right now is probably Honky Tonk Heroes. We just went to a little Western kind of country themed bar just this past weekend, and it's got me in the mood for some good tunes and some good drinks.
Yeah, I got to ride a mechanical bull at that bar, and
That's
that was
right.
definitely an interesting thing to do. As I haven't rode a mechanical bull probably since I was in like 8th grade. I'm thinking I did it at like a fair of some sort. I ended up doing it. I think it was like a 4th of July celebration. For some reason there was a mechanical bull at the place we were at.
Yeah.
And I rode it in like 8th grade. And so it was my first time since then trying to ride a mechanical bull. And I got
He's a pro.
Yes, I lasted, and they had to ask me to get off because I just they couldn't knock me off. No, it took me about 5 seconds on the bull, and then I was flung off with with a lot of comedic value.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some comedic flair, if you will.
I was like fully leaned back.
It looked like he was getting whiplash. Like, this guy was not taking it easy on the dudes riding this bull.
No,
like,
not one bit.
Like, he got like whipped back.
Yeah, I don't know what he was expecting out of me, but I was not as good of a bull rider as I think he projected.
Okay, well, there was a quote-unquote professional bull rider in our presence. I laughed so hard.
It was just his friend trying to get a girl for him, and he goes, yeah, my friend's a professional bull rider.
As his friend's up there, like, no-handing the bull. Like, it was very comical.
Yeah, and then when he came down, and then I guess Jordy saw him talk to
We
his
were
friend,
just
and he obviously wasn't a professional
No,
bull
I
rider.
was still standing right there after he'd come up and tried to be like, that's my buddy. He's a professional bull rider right there. And then his buddy comes back down. They sit at the table next to us, and he goes, I told those chicks you're a professional bull rider. And he goes, oh, did ya? It's just like, oh, gosh.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if he actually was. That would be
No, he had a shirt on of the bar that we were at. He just works there, and he plays and rides the thing every night.
Yeah, that would definitely be the case. Well, definitely some fun stuff there. Honky Tonk Heroes, a really fun E-Tab game. We do have some fun days in music history, though, to get into. And in 1970, the Simon and Garfunkel album Bridge Over Troubled Water is released, with the title track simultaneously issued as a single.
This just instantly brought to my head Bridge to Terabithia, and I just wasn't ready for that. Simon and Garfunkel, though, I don't know if I've heard this album.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you have at some point, as it's one of their most iconic albums they put out there.
I'm very good at knowing music when I hear it. I'm just very bad at
Yes, I'm completely the same way.
seeing just a title and being like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, Bridge Over Troubled Water is an actual song that was super, super popular. One of Simon Garfunkel's most popular songs.
Very cool stuff. Also on the EP they released, keep the customer satisfied with it.
Ah, definitely some cool stuff. And the message of it is, let's see, it's a metaphor for someone living through a trying time in their life.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely some cool stuff there. Well, a happy day in music history as Simon Garfunkel released Bridge Over Troubled Water.
Absolutely. Well, just 3 years later on this day as well, Elton John issues his 6th studio album, Don't Shoot Me, I'm Only the Piano Player in America. It features 2 of his most popular songs, the 50s flashback Crocodile Rock, which hit #1 in America. It was his first #1 hit in America, and the Vietnam War inspired Daniel.
Yeah, definitely some cool stuff there. Elton John, a legendary musician, and definitely some cool hits there. I have never heard Crocodile Rock, and I feel like I need to now, as it sounds really good. We do have a winner, as we have Damar over at Flamers taking home that nice minor jackpot of $164. Good job, Damar, as we will now be getting enrolled into this game number 7 of Game Day Bingo, with that minor prize reverting back to 52 balls or less. But that $47.10 must-go prize is only going to be growing and rolling into this next game.
I feel like you've heard Crocodile Rock before.
I might have. I mean, that's a total possibility, but if it ever says Crocodile Rock in the actual song, then I have never heard it.
Okay, I'm going to play it for you today then. It's got some great songs on this album. Midnight Creeper, Elderberry Wine, High Flying Bird, Texan Love Song, I'm going to be a Teenage Idol, Teacher, I Need You, Crocodile Rock, Have Mercy on the Criminal, Daniel, as well as Blues for the Baby and Me.
Yeah, definitely some awesome stuff there in music history. 1 minute and 50 seconds, though, to get enrolled in this game number 7 of Game Day Bingo. Like I said, we're going to have a double must-go in this game, so make sure you guys are getting into it. But we do have a little bit of a reminder for you that if you're coming out on those PGL nights, 7 o'clock every Wednesday for a Wild Wednesday, or at 6:40 every Tuesday for a MegaSota game night, you got to be signed up at pgl.world and become a member of our league. PGL players compete for points and have access to insider information, including a monthly newsletter that has a lot of great information in it.
Absolutely. We have a bunch of players who sign up all the time, and just recently we had players like Blizzard. We also had Luke K, Cal Bell, Minnesota April. We had Six Pack, Tut, Big Rig 18. We also had Kay Davis as well as Girly Girls 3 sign up. We had Casper L, Larry, as well as CJ Slick, all signing up at the PGL.world. Welcome to the Pilot Gambling League. Make sure you guys are coming out for that MegaSota game night and that Wild Wednesday. Not only that, but you can also download the Player Connect app, sign in with your brand new login. You'll be able to watch all of our streams directly, and you'll also be able to send us messages. If you shoot us a message on that Player Connect app, hopefully we'll be able to get it up right here on the screen with us, and you'll be able to see your message shoot on up. It's a lot of fun, a great place to use, and so make sure you guys are signing up at that PGL.world and downloading that Player Connect app. While we already are a couple weeks into this season 13, we've had a bunch of players competing on our MegaSota game nights and our Wild Wednesday, and we've had our top 10 competing.
Oh, yeah, in those PGL standings, in 10th place on the player side, getting bumped back from 6th into 10th place. We got PCK 913 over at the Friendly Inn with 214,000 points. With 222,000 points in 9th place, getting bumped back from 5th just last night, we got Bergar over at Southtown Lanes. 8th place, moving from unranked into 8th, we got Day's Dream over at Monty's Sports Bar with 225,000 points. We just saw them recently get signed up at PGL.World. 7th place, getting bumped back from 4th place, we got Sloppy over at Malone's Bar and Grill with 233,000 points. With 236,000 points in 6th place, getting bumped back from 3rd, we got Yak 2102 over at Commander's Bar JJ Pub with 236,000 points. With 255,000 points in 5th place, formerly in 2nd place, we got Dugout over at VFW Spring Lake Park. With 263,000 points in 4th place, moving all the way up from unranked to 4th place, we got Sherbert over at the Clubhouse at Edinburgh. 3rd place, moving from unranked to all the way to 3rd place, biggest riser on these standings, we got Panda over at Rendezvous with 271,000 points. But another gigantic rise from 9th into 2nd place, we got Big Pimpin' over the Alibi Gilbert with 281,000 points. But the player who's really starting to run away with it this season with 401,000 points, over at a 100,000 point lead, we have Jake over at Rev's Lakeside Tavern in 1st place.
Absolutely. But we are working on this double must-go right now. If you guys are unable to take home one of these awesome 3 prizes, we'll have to see if any of you lucky players are going to be taking home one of these prizes right now. But out of these top 10s on the PGL side of things, who do you think you're going to be keeping your eye on for the long haul this season?
Ooh, I'm going to go with Panda.
Okay.
Big-time riser, moving from unranked to 3rd spot. Panda always seen out there during those PGL nights. So that's going to be my player I'll say is the top 10 player I'm looking out for.
All right, I'm looking out for Day's Dream. I definitely think that they got a lot, and we've seen those players who sign up at PGL.World and get excited when they're fresh off their feet and get consistent in that play to stay up and high. So hopefully they can keep that up through the rest of this season 13.
I mean, Jake's the real one to watch out for with that over 100,000 point lead. We do have a winner here, though. Big-time player Bobo over at Corner Bar Goodhue, taking home a nice must-go prize of $68.40. Good job, Bobo, in this game number 7 of Game Day Bingo. We'll now be getting rolled into a game number 8 with that amount of prize, clicking up from 52 to 54 balls or less.
Absolutely, and as you guys get enrolled in the next 2.5 minutes, I'm going to jump right into the PGL location standings, because coming in from unranked into 10th place right now, we have the Stanchion Bar Hamel. They currently sit with 763,000 points. 763,630 points. Then in 9th place, also coming in from unranked, we have the Municipal Liquor Store of Millerville in Brandon. We also have them sitting with 763,800 points, a virtual tie right there between those two locations, both of them coming in from unranked. Sorry, technical difficulties for a second. Then coming up from 8th into 10th, oh my goodness. From 10th into 8th place now, we got the Benton Station of Sauk Rapids. They currently sit with 771,870 points. Getting pushed back from 6th into 7th, we got the American Legion Cleveland. We have 775,220 points so far. Getting pushed back from 4th to 6th, we got PJ Supper Club of Avon, as they currently sit with 788,505 points. Jumping up from 7th into 5th, we have Eagles Austin. They currently sit with 802,760 points. Then getting pushed back from 3rd to 4th, we have White Bear Bar of White Bear Lake. They currently sit with 931,255 points. But sitting with 939,880 points, getting pushed back from 2nd to 3rd, we got Beer Stoop Hastings. But jumping all the way up from 5th into 2nd, we got the Alibi Gilbert. They are officially in the 1 million point club, as they sit with 1,030,765 points. But leading the pack in 1st place, staying there for another day, it is Eagles Albert Lay. They currently sit with 1,199,545 points.
Yeah, good job to all of those locations. Absolutely killing it in this season 13 of PGL action. But as we just have 30 seconds to get enrolled into this next game of Game Day Bingo, which we just switched this over to all wild themed Game Day Bingo, which is super fun. We actually have a little bit of wildness news to get into, as they are 25, 17, and 4 on the season, and Dean Everson has tightened the leash on the Minnesota Wild, and the latest example is Ryan Hartman getting benched for Thursday night's game against the Philadelphia Flyers after a string of bad penalties by the veteran forward. The decision was to make Hartman a healthy scratch comes on the heels of veteran defensive man Matt Dumba being benched for 2 consecutive games after his stretch of poor play. The message: nobody is safe. In Tuesday's 4-2 loss in Tampa Bay, the Wild found themselves down 3-2 after Steve Spamko scored with under 6 minutes left in regulation. 40 seconds later, Hartman was called for hooking. Even though Minnesota killed the penalty, it killed 2 minutes of valuable time, and the Wild couldn't muster enough to tie the game and force overtime.
All right.
Yeah, just showing a little bit of that iron fist from Dean Everson. I mean, just I think it's, some teams need it, some teams don't. I'm hoping that this team is the kind of team that needs that little bit of tough love to be able to improve and get better. Some players, they play better with the installation of confidence into their gameplay. Other players, they need to be running from the giant bear. And so that just, I don't know if that's a great example, but I feel like it is. Just they need to be worried about, I might get taken off of this squad and might not get my playing time back kind of thing. And so that just feels like Dean Everson knows the team better than I do, and so hopefully that is the right decision.
Absolutely. Well, they do have a game coming up tonight, just an hour after our happy hour show ends. They're going to be facing the Flyers. It's going to be happening at 7 p.m. tonight, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. And if you want to show your support for them before they take the ice, head on over and check out the ETAB game that we teamed up with them for. Let's Go Wild. You can check out the Slap Shot bonus round as well to take home some trophy prizes. It's a lot of fun, and we would love to hear you guys' feedback as well, so definitely go check that out and give us a shout.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. We do have a little fishing report to check in with, as this was done on the 25th of January by the Grand Rapids Ice Fishing Report. And guess what? It's for Grand Rapids. The Grand Rapids area lakes seem to be holding up quite well, given the unusually warm but much appreciated above average temperatures. Most lakes have enough snow on the ice to drive a vehicle with on the ice. That driving a vehicle would be difficult if there wasn't a road system established on the lake. Snowmobiles and tracked vehicles should be no problem getting around, and most people are reporting very little slush on the lakes.
We do have Idaho 32 over at William McCoy's of Andover, taking home that Musco prize, $16. Nicely done in this round number 8. We're about to begin enrolled in round number 9 now. That minor prize clicking up to 56 balls or less.
Well, that's usually a good sign. Warm weather usually causes for some good fishing, so should be some fun stuff over there in the Grand Rapids area lakes, and hopefully you guys are taking home some good fish, just like people are taking home some great jackpots every single day. Whenever you take home one of those great jackpots, we'd love to see a player picture of it. Just hold up that message and give us a nice smiling face. But it doesn't just have to be jackpot messages that you're showing off. It could be just you having a good time playing with your friends, your favorite bartender, maybe just playing your favorite ETAB game. We love seeing player pictures of all that stuff. You can share those pictures on Facebook by direct message or posting them onto any of your social media with the hashtag PilotGames. You can also email them to jackpots@pilotgames.com as well. It's definitely some great stuff.
Absolutely. We love showcasing all the different player pictures we can. And also, here is one of them right now. Where it is. That is an awesome prize they got to take home. Do you know which player picture this is?
I have no idea what the player is, but it's a great, just having a good time player picture.
Absolutely. We get so many. We love showcasing them any way we can. As you can see, we have them here in the enrolling screen. And we also play them through the entirety of our commercials throughout the day. So send those pictures our way, and we will show you off.
Oh, yeah. We do just have 1 minute to get enrolled into this game number 9. Though 56 balls or less, you could take home $72. We also have that $1,990 major prize you could take home in 49 balls or less, and the mega prize of $10,000 you could take home in 45 balls or less. Just 45 seconds to get enrolled into this one. Only 4 more games left of game day bingo during this lunchtime, and we want to give out a great prize before we head out.
Absolutely. But as you guys get enrolled in the next 30 seconds, we have some Vikings news to talk about right now. They finished their season 13-4, and Chris Trapazzo from CBS Sports released his latest mock draft on Wednesday and had the Vikings selecting Clemson edge Miles Murphy. Yeah, it's quoted to say that Murphy has an NFL body and stars against the run. He can learn the intricacies of the rushing the passer from Zadarius Smith as well as Daniel Hunter early in his NFL career. While Murphy is an interesting prospect with a lot of upside and potential, this pick seems a little bit premature without knowing what Coffee Adolfo Mensa will be doing with Smith or Hunter. It would also be the first time that the Vikings would have taken an edge rusher in the first 2 rounds since Erasmus James.
Yeah, I don't. He never ended up working out.
Okay, Erasmus James back in 2005. Regardless of what happens with these two, if the Vikings end up snagging Murphy, they'll have a legit pass runner who could turn into one of the best in the NFL.
Yeah, I think that's an absolutely great pickup for us. This is kind of the opposite side of the coin of that we are trying to improve our defense. The other mock draft we went over from Mel Kiper Jr., he said we were taking a DB. Chris Trapasso is saying Miles Murphy, the edge rusher. Both ways to improve your coverage skills. Getting after the quarterback can help out your DBs. Getting DBs can help out that pass rush. I think either way, it's a good pickup for us, and especially if we're thinking about maybe losing one of these big contracts with Danielle Hunter or Zadarius Smith. I think getting a guy that is a young, high quality, very high potential upside guy would be huge for this Vikings team that definitely needs a few cheaper contracts on their roster.
Absolutely. Well, we will keep you guys updated with everything happening with the Vikings and their decisions made in this offseason. And in the meantime, if you want to show your support for our Vikings, you can check out the awesome ETAB game that we teamed up with them for Vikings Victory. If you pick a lucky letter in that skull bonus round, you'll end up taking home some huge prizes.
Yeah, definitely some great stuff there. And if somehow Miles Murphy actually dropped to us, that would be absolutely crazy. I've seen only Miles Murphy projected in the top 10 draft picks.
Really?
And so for him to fall to us would be pretty crazy. But I mean, there's always one of those players that I think is really good, and then they just slip all the way down into the bottom of the first round or into the second round of the draft. We do have a winner here though, Chad over at Clay's in Rockford, taking home $20.90 in this game number 9. We will now be getting enrolled into a game number 10 with that minor prize clicking up from 56 to 58 balls or less. Definitely starting to get a little bit intense in this game of Game Day Bingo. But next time me and Jordy will be here live playing with you guys will be for some happy hour bingo, where we'll play our first happy hour including some Skull Bingo, and that'll add to your Skull Bingo standings, which have been pretty fun in this season 13.
Oh, absolutely. And speaking of Chad taking home that awesome prize in this last round, we're talking about you yet again because you're in our 10th place spot for our player standings. Chad, playing over at the Trail Stop Tavern, is sitting in 10th place with a tie between them and Sydney of Maynards of Excelsior. Both players sit with 34,000 points.
So Chad, come out 4 to 6 to stay in the top 10, or Sydney might be bumping you out of that 10th place tie.
Absolutely, because right ahead of them in 9th place, we got Uncle Buck over at the Bar and Grill. They currently sit with 35,000. Then in 8th place, we got Seafair Banks. They play over at Albion, and they sit with 37,000. Then with 38,000 in 7th place, we got Sambo playing at Beer Stoop Hastings. 6th place is Brenda at JB's Tavern with 44,000. Then in 5th place, it's Boots playing at Trebek's Bar and Grill with 48,000 points. Then with 43,000 in 4th place, it's Brother Nate over at the Chart House. 3rd place is Kool-Aid playing at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards with 61,000 points. With 77,000 in 2nd place, we got Jelly playing at American Legion Stillwater. And then leading the pack in a league of their own with over double the points of the 2nd place player. In 1st place, we got Tanya reigning over at JR Max, sitting with 155,000 points.
Well, good job to all of those players onto the location side of these standings. In 10th place, we got the Bar and Grill with 68,000 points. 9th place is Chart House with 71,000 points. With 73,000 points, we actually have a two-way tie in 7th place between Danny's Dugout and American Legion Moorhead. And that's what leads you into the 100,000 point club. At 6th place, it's VFW Dilworth with 107,000 points. With 113,000 points in 5th place, we got American Legion Stillwater. 4th place is Trebek's Bar and Grill with 127,000 points. And with 131,000 points in 3rd place, we got Benton Station. 2nd place, it's Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards with 177,000 points. As the number 1 location, home of the number 1 player, is JR Mack with 184,000 points.
Absolutely. Nicely done to all of our players and location standings. If you want to continue earning those points, make sure you guys are coming out from that 4 to 6 time where Ian and I will be giving out those jackpots. But as you guys get enrolled in the next 2 seconds into this game number 10, we got 3 more rounds of this game day bingo before we'll let you guys loose. But we have some celebrity birthdays to talk about with you guys as you try and win some of these prizes.
Oh yeah, first one up, born in 1892, we got Bessie Coleman, an American aviator and first African-American woman and Native American to hold a pilot's license.
That's awesome.
Absolutely insane.
All the way back in 1892. I love that. That's awesome. Congratulations and happy birthday to Bessie Coleman. Bless you.
I am so sorry,
okay.
but I'm just getting it's super cool because not only was, the first African-American woman, but the first Native American as a whole, not just as a woman or man, but the first Native American to ever get a pilot's license, and it was Bessie Coleman. Absolutely awesome stuff, born in 1892.
Absolutely. Next up in 1925, we've got Paul Newman. He is the American actor. He was in Hud, Hombre, and Hustler. He was an auto racer and a team owner of the Newman and Haas Racing, and he also has the charity food company he is the charity food company founder, Newman's Own.
Yeah, has his kind of hand in a lot of different things.
Isn't he the salad dressing guy now too?
Is Paul Newman now that?
I think he's got a line of salad dressings.
That would make sense, as Newman is definitely is a salad dressing, but I don't know.
Yes.
It is Paul Newman?
I don't know if it's Paul Newman. Newman's Own, yes it is. Newman's Own, it's his brand.
That's really, really interesting.
I knew it.
Wow, that's super cool. Well, happy birthday, Paul Newman. I know a lot of people really like your salad dressing.
Absolutely, our moms included.
Next up, born in 1955, we got Eddie Van Halen, a Dutch-American rock guitarist. He was in Van Halen, and they did songs like You Really Got Me and Jump.
Absolutely. We got a winner as Chrissy over at Hooligans is taking home that minor prize, $101.69, going out to you in this round number 10. We're about to be enrolled in round number 11, where that must-go prize of $23.20 is getting tacked onto this game number 11 for a double must-go. So make sure you guys are getting enrolled and getting ready.
Yeah, it should be a fun final 2 games of Game Day Bingo during this lunchtime. Don't worry, you'll get more opportunities at these prizes heading into the 1 to 4 time. But as you guys are going to be heading into that major prize has now just clicked up from 49 to 50 balls or less.
Well, I think it's an awesome coincidence that Eddie Van Halen and the character who played Eddie in Stranger Things have the same birthday today.
Yes, it is.
I absolutely love that.
I think it's a great birthday matchup right there. Well, happy birthday, Eddie Van Halen, a very, very good, very talented musician. I haven't listened to You Really Got Me, and it's one of my favorite sounding songs.
Yeah.
And I just haven't listened to it in probably like 5 years, I feel like, and I need to listen to that again sometime soon.
Everyone can use a little Van Halen in their life. In 1958, we have Anita Baker. She was the American jazz and soul singer. She sang Giving You the Best I Got, as well as Sweet Love.
Oh, happy birthday, Anita Baker. Not as familiar with her work, but I'm not very familiar with American jazz and soul singers. And
I would like to be more well-versed. I feel like it's one of my favorite genres of music, and I actually just really need to delve in and explore it.
Yeah, it's one of those that I just haven't went on on a
platform and searched it up.
I'll just look up a
soul
playlist. Yeah, that I'll listen to, and I'll very much enjoy it, as a morning, wake up and clean the apartment playlist kind of thing. But definitely a cool one. Happy birthday, Anita Baker. Next up, born in 1958, same day, same year as Anita Baker, it's Ellen DeGeneres, an American comedian who's known very, very widely for her show, Ellen.
Absolutely. She's Ellen.
Yeah, she also is a voice actress in
lot.
Finding Nemo and
Yeah,
Ponyo.
Dory.
Yeah, plays Dory. Does a very great job as playing Dory. As Dory is one of my
Absolutely.
favorite characters in Finding
I was
Nemo.
gonna say it's my favorite thing about Ellen DeGeneres.
Oh, for sure, for sure. And when I watched her shows, I heard she puts on a very entertaining
comical.
show. And
Yeah.
I know when my mom watched them all the time, and I would come home from school and like see it on the TV. It would always be fun because there would be like prizes under the seat and all that kind of crazy stuff. And I was like, I want to go to an Ellen DeGeneres show.
See, I personally just love the compilation of her just scaring the patootie out of Sarah Paulson on like every single time Sarah Paulson comes on the show.
Oh, really?
Every single time she hides like her staff, like screen guys all around, like
That's a-
inside tables,
That's a
underneath her
thing
chair.
that Ellen DeGeneres just does. She loves scaring people.
Well, it's like the Sarah Paulson scream. It's
Oh,
like
that
I
makes
just
it-
love watching the compilations of her scaring Sarah
You need to see
Paulson.
the compilation of her scaring her wife.
Oh gosh.
It is absolutely
Oh, I
hilarious.
have seen that.
It is
I have seen that.
so funny. Well, happy birthday, Ellen DeGeneres. Next up on the list, I mean, absolutely legendary. There's only a few greatest of all time in their specific field, and born in 1961, here is one of those greatest of all time, and that's Wayne Gretzky, and a Canadian Ice Hockey Hall of Fame center, Stanley Cup winner in 1984, 85, 87, 88. And then also won the Hart Memorial Trophy, the MVP for the NHL, from 1980 through 1987, just dominating. And then again in 1989, he also won the scoring. He was also the scoring champion in 1981 through 87. Then in 1990, again in 1991, and again in 1994, playing a dominating career for the Edmonton Oilers and LA Kings.
That's just insane.
Yeah, he is just one of those guys that you can argue a lot of sports, like who is the greatest player of all time in their
Yeah.
sport. Hockey,
He's not one of them.
Hockey is not one of those sports where you can argue who the greatest of all time is, because Wayne Gretzky put that so far out, just was so
Yeah.
dominant within his sport. Just really, really cool stuff. Maybe one of the greatest athletes of all time. Happy birthday, Wayne Gretzky.
Absolutely. Next up in 1977, we got Vince Carter. He is the American basketball forward. He was the 8-time NBA All-Star. He was an NBA Rookie of the Year in 1999. He played for the Toronto Raptors, and he won the Olympic gold in 2000.
Yeah, is known for the amazing highlight dunks that he did while he was going through his career. Even in that 2000 Olympic gold, there's a video of him literally jumping over top of like this 6'10" dude, and
Really?
just like completely jumps over his head and slam dunks it. I mean, just
Wow.
absolutely insane stuff. Vince Carter, an absolute freak athlete during his career. Very, very iconic. Probably my favorite in-game dunker of all time.
Very cool
Next
stuff.
up, though, born in 1993, we got Cameron Bright, a Canadian actor in the Twilight Saga and X-Men.
Absolutely. We got Bobo at Corner Bar and Goodhue taking home that prize. $45.40 going out to you in this game at number 11. We're about to be enrolled in our final game of Game Day Bingo for this lunchtime show, so make sure you guys are ready to play. Yes, I needed to see his face to recognize him, but I immediately do.
Yes, I don't. I think I recognize him for his role in Twilight. I don't necessarily remember his role in X-Men.
He was a kid in X-Men.
Oh, was he? Okay, that
He
would
was
make a lot more
yeah,
sense that
he
he
was
was
a
just very,
child.
very young in that one. But I don't know why, but I can very much remember him in Oh, he was bald in
Yeah.
X-Men. That's why I can't recognize him. That makes a lot more sense. Okay. Well, happy birthday, Cameron Bright.
Yeah, he was part of the evil vampires. in-
Yes, very clearly can remember
Twilight.
that one, as all the evil vampires are very, 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 you have a distinct look for
Yes.
them. I think it's
And
hilarious
there's only like 4 of them.
to think about that the bad vampire is also the like love interest in what's it called? With the crazy family that has the alcoholic dad that
Shameless?
Shameless.
Yeah.
Shameless. He's one of the bad vampires in it for the redhead. The redhead's love interest in it. He's all blonde, and he's one of the evil vampires.
Interesting.
Yes, it's very funny. I'll have to show you it just because I never realized that they were connected, the Shameless character and him. But final up on our list, the one we were talking about, how it was a great connection that Van Halen was born on the same day as him. Born in 1994, Joseph Quinn, a British actor famous for playing Eddie in Stranger Things, which Eddie became a huge character in this last season and
Maybe the
really
biggest.
stole the show
I was gonna say.
from the rest of the characters. Was a really, really fun addition. And from an acting standpoint, he did a phenomenal job.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you just saw how his entire shtick and his whole character took over everybody.
Yes.
Like everybody.
Yeah, it was really, really great. Happy birthday, Joseph Quinn.
Absolutely.
Just 26 seconds to get enrolled into this game number 12, final game of Game Day Bingo. Should be some really fun stuff as you guys are getting enrolled.
Absolutely. And the Timberwolves right now are 25-25, and the Minnesota Timberwolves looked unfazed by the long-awaited return of the one New Orleans star players or the Pelicans' mounting urgency to win. Anthony Edwards ended up scoring 37 points, while Rudy Gobert had 17 and 12 rebounds. And the Minnesota Timberwolves spoiled Brandon Ingram's return from a 2-month absence with an 111 to 102 victory over New Orleans on Wednesday night. Well, they quoted to say, "We are in a position where they want to really stop worrying about the other team," Gobert says. "Regardless of what the weather is or who's hurt, who's playing, we know what we came in with the right approach, with the right mindset, and it's going to be a good game for us."
Definitely awesome
I
to
love
hear that from us.
Yeah,
And
they need that mindset.
yeah, Anthony Edwards dominating in the last few games, scoring
Yes.
lots and lots of points. Super awesome stuff from him. And tomorrow we'll be taking on the Grizzlies at home at 6:30. Should be some really fun stuff tomorrow. But we do have some great prizes in this game right here. 54 balls or less for $64, 50 balls or less for $2,000, and 45 balls or less for $10,000. We miss out on all these prizes. We do have a $29.70 must-go prize.
We also have some movies that were released on this day, and in 2001, The Wedding Planner was released, a classic J-Lo film.
Yes, also Matthew McConaughey, correct?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's J-Lo and Matthew McConaughey in that one. Just, you know,
That's cute.
you add those two together, how can it not be an iconic rom-com? Definitely a cool one released on today. Also released on today in 2007, Epic movie was released.
Is this one of those parody movies?
Oh, yes, it absolutely is, as it parodies like 1,000,002 different movies. It does have Jennifer Coolidge in
Love
it.
her. Crispin Glover.
Yeah, lots of fun. But
Weird actors.
let's see. Well, it's a parody of the Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe, Harry Potter, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Pirates of the Caribbean, and X-Men.
I think we should watch it.
It sounds like a very chaotic
Sounds
movie.
horrible,
I'll
but
have to
I
be in the
feel
right
like
mindset to watch a movie like that.
110%.
Absolutely. I'll have to be like slap happy at like 2 o'clock in the morning to watch that. Well, definitely a cool one released on today. Last one, our genre of movie that really doesn't exist anymore, I feel like. 2018 Maze Runner, The Death Cure. I feel like I don't see it. They were very popular during that time, and then I haven't seen them since like 2019.
Well, yeah, but we got Fred at the Chart House of Lakeville taking home that must-go prize, $29.70. Make sure you guys stick around because you're about to get enrolled in your first opportunity at Lucky 4 Bingo that has over $75,000 on the line. But before we let you guys loose, we have a very important player we want to talk about and the charity they supported while playing Pilot Games.
Miami Beach over the Upper Deck Sports Bar, who had won $40,000 over this weekend, largest jackpot winner of the weekend. And over at the Upper Deck Sports Bar, they were supporting the Sartell Youth Hockey Association. And their mission is to provide youth with the opportunity to enjoy the game of hockey and develop individual skills to their full potential. Absolutely awesome stuff. And just a little reminder, as you guys are getting enrolled into some Lucky 4 Bingo action, that when you play Pilot Games, your community wins.
See you guys.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
This is fantastic. I've never been anything like this before.
It's almost like being in a haunted house without people jumping out at you.
The decorations are amazing. Jack wanted to get his picture next to the skeleton, and I was taking the picture. I was like, oh my gosh, that's prosciutto.
PyCon 2022. I think it's amazing. It's just wonderful. Everybody's welcoming. They're helpful. It's just so much fun.
If you get an opportunity, go for it. The people, all the different decorations, the food, just the excitement.
And then to see ZZ Top at the end of this, awesome.
We're here for ZZ Top.
I'm a huge fan of ZZ Top.
ZZ Top.
I love winning on the pilot games. I won $2,800 a month ago.
She won $48,000 on bingo. Yeah, baby.
I won $13.28 plus $48,000.
$30,000, $20,000 at Bleachers Bar.
We have each other pick our bonuses and, you know, for good luck or whatever. And
Everybody can kind of get in on the fun.
It was amazing. I loved it. I would come back.
It's awesome. Get me on that list. I'm here.
I will be here next year, absolutely. And you should be too.
This is fantastic. I've never been anything like this before.
It's almost like being in a haunted house without people jumping out at you.
The decorations are amazing. Jack wanted to get his picture next to the skeleton, and I was taking the picture. I was like, oh my gosh, that's prosciutto.
PyCon 2022. I think it's amazing. It's just wonderful. Everybody's welcoming. They're helpful. It's just so much fun.
If you get an opportunity, go for it. The people, all the different decorations, the food, just the excitement.
And then to see ZZ Top at the end of this, awesome.
We're here for ZZ Top.
I'm a huge fan of ZZ Top.
ZZ Top.
I love winning on the pilot games. I won $2,800 a month ago.
She won $48,000 on bingo. Yeah, baby.
I won $13.28 plus $48,000.
$30,000, $20,000 at Bleachers Bar.
We have each other pick our bonuses and, for good luck or whatever. And
Everybody can kind of get in on the fun. It was amazing. I loved it. I would come back.
It was awesome. Get me on that list. I'm here.
I will be here next year, absolutely. And you should be too.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
There it is. 53 balls.
we're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous days!
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skull, 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 baby! Really cool seeing John Creasel. Really cool listening to him talking his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson.
Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching, cocktails, t-shirts. Drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
This is fantastic. I've never been anything like this before.
It's almost like being in a haunted house without people jumping out at you.
The decorations are amazing. Jack wanted to get his picture next to the skeleton, and I was taking the picture. I was like, oh my gosh, that's prosciutto.
PyCon 2022. I think it's amazing. It's just wonderful. Everybody's welcoming. They're helpful. It's just so much fun.
If you get an opportunity, go for it. The people, all the different decorations, the food, just the excitement.
And then to see ZZ Top at the end of this, awesome.
We're here for ZZ Top. I'm a huge fan of ZZ Top.
ZZ Top.
I love winning on the pilot kicks. I won $2,800 a month ago.
She won $48,000 on bingo. Yeah, baby.
I won $13.28 plus $48,000.
$30,000, $20,000 at Bleachers Bar.
We have each other pick our bonuses and, you know, for good luck or whatever. And
Everybody can kind of get in on the fun.
It was amazing. I loved it. I would come back.
It's awesome. Get me on that list. I'm here.
I will be here next year, absolutely. And you should be too.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
There it is. 53 balls.
We're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous days!
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skull, 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 baby! Really cool seeing John Kriesel. Really cool listening to him talking his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson.
Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching, cocktails, t-shirts, drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
This is fantastic. I've never been anything like this before.
It's almost like being in a haunted house without people jumping out at you.
The decorations are amazing. Jack wanted to get his picture next to the skeleton, and I was taking the picture. I was like, oh my gosh, that's prosciutto.
PyCon 2022. I think it's amazing. It's just wonderful. Everybody's welcoming. They're helpful. It's just so much fun.
If you get an opportunity, go for it. The people, all the different decorations, the food, just the excitement.
And then to see ZZ Top at the end of this, awesome.
We're here for ZZ Top. I'm a huge fan of ZZ Top.
ZZ Top.
I love winning on the pilot kicks. I won $2,800 a month ago. She won $48,000 on bingo. Yeah, baby.
I won $13.28 plus $48,000.
$30,000, $20,000 at Bleachers Bar.
We have each other pick our bonuses and, you know, for good luck or whatever. And
Everybody can kind of get in on the fun.
It was amazing. I loved it. I would come back.
It's awesome. Get me on that list. I'm here.
I will be here next year, absolutely. And you should be too.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
There it is. 53 balls.
We're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous days.
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skol, 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 baby! Really cool seeing John Creasel. Really cool listening to him talk and his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson.
Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching, cocktails, t-shirts, drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.